Fire, 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 fire.
How many signatures did we look at the other day? Yesterday? Was it like 200k or 140k? It's insane. Parliament will consider this debate for 100k, waiting for 4 days for a debate. Government responded. This was the response yesterday. The government is working with Ofcom to ensure that online in-scope services are subject to robust but proportionate regulation through the effective implementation of the Online Safety Act. I would like to thank all those who signed the petition. It is right that the regulatory regime for scope online services takes a proportionate approach, balancing the protection of users from online harm with the ability for low-risk services to operate effectively and provide benefits to users. The government has no plans to repeal the Online Safety Act and is working closely with Ofcom to implement the act as quickly and effectively as possible to enable UK users to benefit from its protections. 1984, bro, it is so bad. This is so bad. Yeah, Big Brother UK is watching. Proportionality is a core principle of the Act and is inbuilt into its duties. As regulator for the online safety regime, Ofcom must consider size and risk level of different types and kinds of services when recommending steps providers can take to comply with requirements. Duties in the Communications Act of 2003 require Ofcom to act proportionally with proportionality and target action only when where it is needed. What? Some duties apply to all user-to-user and search services in scope of the Act. This includes risk assessment, including determining if children are likely to access the service, and if so, assessing the risk of harm to children. How about you just do your parenting? It's not that hard! While many services carry low risks of harm, the risk assessment duties are key to ensuring that risky services of all sizes do not slip through the net of regulation. Hey, there's that shit. For example, the government is very concerned about slower platforms that host harmful content, such as forums dedicated to encouraging suicide or self-harm. Bro! Exempting small services from the Act would mean that services like these forums would not be subject to Act's enforcement powers. Are they talking about 4chan? I feel like it is. Even forums that might seem harmless carry potential risks, such as where adults come into contact with child users. That's every fucking platform, though. Cause kids can do whatever they want. They can lie. Yeah, why waste all that time parenting your kids and let the government do it for you and ruin it for everyone else? That's right. Disgusting. Once providers have carried out their duties to conduct risk assessments, they must protect the users of the service from the identified risks of harm. Ofcom's illegal content codes of practice set out recommended measures to help providers comply with these obligations, or else measures that are tailored in relation to both size and risk. If a provider's risk assessment accurately determines that the risks faced by the users are low across all harms, Ofcom's codes specify that they only need some basic measures, easy to find, understandable terms and conditions, a complaints tool, so the Karens can easily complain. Right. Backed up by the process to deal with those complaints, the ability to review content and take it down if it is illegal or breaches their terms of service. Big or, by the way. A specific individual responsible for compliance who Ofcom can contact if needed. Yeah, a little slave, like, you better comply, little bitch. Where a children's access assessment indicates a platform is likely to be accessed by children, a subsequent risk assessment must be conducted to identify measures for mitigating risks, like the codes of practice on illegal content. Ofcom's recently issued child safety codes, also tailored recommendations based on risk level. For example, highly effective age assurance is recommended for services likely accessed by children that do not already prohibit or remove harmful content such as pornography and suicide promotion. Providers of services like to be accessed by UK children were required to complete their assessment, which Ofcom may request of July 24th. Blah, 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 blah. Dynamic small businesses supporting innovation and offer significant value to their communities. Instead of taking care of your kids, we just censor the internet. This is actually just bull crap. This is insane. The government will continue to work and monitor proportionate implementation. Department for Science, Innovation, and Technology. So basically, chat, all in all, chat, they're basically saying that you should go frick yourself. Go stick it up where the sun don't shine. They said F you and your signatures. You have 400,000 signatures. It does not matter. We do not give a frick. We know better than you. This is absolutely wild that your government can straight up give you the middle finger like this. They are literally making every walk of the internet worse for people in the UK, as well as using it as a loophole to censor people that they don't like. Chat, they are talking about censoring Wikipedia. Like, what the hell? And there's literally nothing you can do about it. They went over the signature line by 4 times. They don't care. And again, that's wild. One of the many reasons I hate politics and I don't like to look at it. It's absolutely infuriating to read this shit. The entire response is just gaslighting PR speak about how Big Daddy government knows better than you and you should take it up the butt. And just in case you were wondering, no, Americans aren't safe from this either. Yeah. The Kids Online Safety Act is the US equivalent of the EU's Digital Services Act and the UK's Online Safety Act. If passed, it will lead to digital identity, total de-anonymization, of the internet, and massive censorship. It was reintroduced to Congress of May of 2025. A bill to protect the safety of children on the internet. As opposed to what? Having to parent your kids and monitoring their internet? Just don't let your kids on the internet. It's not that hard. They're trying to bring this shit everywhere, chat. Every single government in the Western world is foaming at the mouth at the idea of being able to censor opinions they don't want to see. It is an absolutely disgusting overreach of power, and I hope to freaking God, for one single time in history, we can have a bipartisan agreement that this is freaking bad. Please! For the love of God, once, please! Just stop being political, unmedicated schizophrenics and let bygones be bygones, bro. On this one issue, please. Every single time I see posts on Twitter about like, well, your side is the one that introduced the bill, or you voted for this, this is what you wanted. I want to bash my skull into my desk. You fucking retard. This is exactly like the Epstein list with shit, dude. All of your politicians, regardless of red, blue, or anyone in between, are trying to pull the wool over your freaking eyes, bro. Stop fighting for 2 freaking seconds and tell them to piss off. Tell them to go fuck themselves. I can't stand it. I'm going to get so tilted. I already am tilted. It's over. I'm trying to keep myself on track, chat. It's bipartisan. Plenty of D's are visible on the list. Wait, what's D's? D's nuts? Did I just get D's nuts? Blue Menthol, Thune, Schumer, Klubakar, Hickenlooper. Dude, this is crazy. Oh, and this schizophrenic idiot. Dude, this guy is crazy. It is a bipartisan issue. Dude, airbag being retarded. This is not a red or a blue issue. This is a government versus people issue. This is the problem. Such a huge portion of the West is ideologically captured that they'd rather fight each other on the internet and let this pass in the US than fight it together and fight against it. This is how bad it is, guys. Look, you voted for this shit. Fuck you. You are an unhinged mental patient. You literally have a fresh, hot out of the oven example of what will happen right in front of you in the UK. They literally told them to go fuck themselves yesterday. And that's still not enough for these people to not stop fighting. It's so cringe. Yeah, it's tribalism. We need to be like you, the people versus the government. I don't give a shit who you voted for. It's insane to me. Yeah, so this was linked. Breaking censorship views. This is by Chibi. Mouth washing has been removed from itch.io according to the artist and musician of the game. They are now coming for horror games and didn't stop at adult games. Remember what I said, chat? I saw this too, and unlike a lot of people, I'm not gonna shit on the mouth-washing devs even though they acted like retards when Aslan played their game, even though they virtue signaled really hard on Twitter and said if you have the wrong opinions, don't play our game. Despite all of that, I'm not going to say I told you so. Instead, I'm going to be the bigger person and I'm gonna say this is bullshit. Let's fight it together. It's that simple. Don't fuck with mouth-washing. Don't take them down off of itch.io. It's more important to keep the internet the way it is than to own the libs or the chuds. You know what I'm saying? She's not looking at all. Stop and listen. This is wrong. That's been debunked. The dev lied here. It was only one guy. Sorry, I wasn't reading chat. He's a liar. It's delisted since October. Wait, it got delisted in October. They already took the game down last October. Oh, are they doing this for attention? Oh, okay. She was yapping too hard. I mean, look, I get impassioned, okay? Thank you for correcting me. I appreciate it. They hit it in searches. It's not delisted. It still looks like it's on Steam. LDev. Wait, they actually cooked, huh? Okay. Woman moment. How am I supposed to fucking know everything? Wait, you're right. I am a woman. I'm supposed to know everything. No, Lana, double down. No, okay, never mind though. Never mind what I said then. Look, I'm all it's just a testament to me being a nice person, okay? Most humble streamer. Anyway, okay, disregard what I said then. I'm still standing by what I said, that it doesn't matter. It's more important to keep the internet the way it is than to own the libs and the chuds. We can all agree on that, even if this is not true. Okay, one more little thing. UK regulators threaten companies, American companies, with censorship. We will be monitoring Rumble's position carefully. Thread. We will be monitoring Rumble's position carefully. We would strongly encourage Rumble to take the steps required to... Wait, what? We note that your position, you do not consider Rumble in the scope of the act. You can not target market. So it means that this is just retarded, power-hungry dipshits in the UK thinking they have any say in America. We've seen this before more than once, which is like why it's so funny. We side with them saying that they were gonna get rid of Twitter in the EU. Do you guys remember that? And do you guys remember the UK police chief saying that he was gonna extradite Americans for making mean tweets? Now we're seeing it with Rumble. This is par for the course. It's gonna keep happening, Chad. This is just vocal retards in positions of power, power grabbing and salivating at the idea of censoring people from other countries. This is not the first time, and it won't be the last time. Imagine they start telling you to censor yourself if you're like a Twitch streamer or some shit. The UK thinking they're still back when they had glory. They still think they're like an empire that sets in the fucking the sun sets in the east and it never sets on their empire, bro. That's crazy. Yeah, they still think there's a British empire. Oh, Fartania ruled all waves. Nah, you can go frick yourself. And this was back in May too. Which goes back to this being introduced in May of 2025. Video surfaces of politicians saying the Online Safety Act was about stopping adults' free speech and having a monitoring task force. Oh my fucking god! I need nannies to tell me what I can and can't watch. They went iMask off here and everything is getting censored. It was never about children but becoming a police state. Yeah, they just taking examples from the UK, yeah. An elite force. Dude, we need the bully hunters up in this bitch. Don't some USA states do the same with anime and banning it, to be fair? No, they don't. It never went through. That shit never went through. You guys have to understand, just because something gets brought up doesn't mean it'll go through. They also did that with TikTok and it ended up being repealed and shit. But that's besides the point. We gotta get the bully hunters up out here, bro. The keyboard warriors are returning, chat. The second bill is called Child Safety or Protecting the Children that should raise a red flag for people. How about you release the Epstein list, brother? Yeah, how about that? Yeah, that's child safety, right? Right, chat? Good lord. Goodness.
Oh, yeah.